What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing something that might be a little different than what I've done before. I'm going to be covering Snorlax, but specifically Gigantamax Snorlax. So originally I planned to only cover new Pokemon. In my guide videos I only intended to cover new Pokemon, but Snorlax is in kind of a weird space where he's obviously a returning Pokemon, but he has a new Gigantamax form, which will change the way that he's played, and so I figured I'm just going to make this video anyway, because this video, I'm not going to be talking about general Snorlax sets, just specifically Gigantamax Snorlax. So, when we're talking about Gigantamax Snorlax, the important thing that you need to consider is the fact that it gets G-Max Replenish. This was labbed out, this move was labbed out recently, I think by Trey DeWobblefett, who's been on this channel a couple of times, but basically, G-Max Replenish turns normal type attacks into a Gigantamax attack that, instead of lowering the speed stat, instead restores berries that have been eaten, and it looks like it's about 50% of the time. That seems to be what the current numbers are showing based on the testing that Trey did. This is the design of Gigantamax Snorlax. So G-Max Replenish is really interesting. It would be probably absolutely completely broken if it worked 100% of the time, to be completely honest. Restoring berries and doing like up to 150 base power is it's very strong to say the least. It's an extremely powerful attack. So with 50% replenish on both the partner and the user, it's still very good. However, it's, well, in my opinion, it's the best Gigantamax Pokemon that we currently have available in this first set of Gigantamax Pokemon. So with that being said, let's talk about it. Now that you know what G-Max Replenish does, Snorlax is a very good Pokemon. It's arguably the best Pokemon of Generation 7, not like new Pokemon, but just competitive Pokemon. Probably the best Pokemon in Generation 7. Huge base HP, good attack, low defense, low special attack, good special defense given the HP, and low speed. So Snorlax serves a couple roles. Its main advantage is that it's very difficult to knock out. It's a Pokemon that sticks around for a long time, and it has very, very good abilities and very good coverage. So Gluttony of Snorlax's ability, it causes pinch berries to be activated at 50% rather than the normal, I believe, 25%. So that's a very good ability. It also has Thick Fat and Immunity, which are good abilities if you're not going to run a berry. Thick Fat probably being the second best ability, followed by Immunity. But Gluttony is really good. They did weaken the pinch berries this generation. They now only heal 33% versus their previous 50%, which I think is a good change. Let me zoom in a little here. I know you guys like to see this larger. I think that is a good change. But they are still very good. So let's look into Snorlax's moves. Recycle means it recycles berries on its own. Stockpile has been used in the past with Belly Drum. Stockpile, Belly Drum, Recycle, and one more. Was used in 2017, I believe, a bit. Maybe 2018 as well. Yawn, interesting, probably not that good. Crunch, Body Slam, Heavy Slam, High Horsepower, Hammer Arm, Belly Drum. Okay, all very, very strong moves. Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, so more good moves. Self-Destruct, actually, it can be run on Choice Band Snorlax. I actually lost to that in 2018 Nationals. Rock Slide. Facade is very good. It has Rock Tomb, and I think I already mentioned Rock Slide. Yeah, Rock Slide. Has Rock Tomb, it has Bulldoze, it has Retaliate, which is interesting, probably better in singles than doubles. Stomping Tantrum, it has high horsepower, so you won't be using that most of the time. And then a couple other really good coverage moves. So it gets all these good special attacks. It gets Earthquake. It gets Encore. Interesting, didn't know that. That's new. Crunch, Superpower, Seed Bomb, Zen Headbutt, Iron Head. We already talked about Heavy Slam, Heat Crash. Okay. Wild Charge, Darkest Lariat. Don't ask me why, and Body Press. In addition to Curse and Counter. So basically, where does this leave Snorlax? So this was a hard guide for me to make, just because like Snorlax has so many moves. Like it literally has it has so many moves. And when you consider on top of like regular moves effects, also the max moves, then it just becomes ridiculous. So this is the first set that I came up with for Snorlax. Pretty standard. Max HP and max defense with 4 special defense. You could invest more in special defense if you wanted. I did not. This is just personal preference here. But Snorlax's low defense means I think that it's like with the HP that it has, like it doesn't have that much trouble like taking special hits like on its own. But if you don't invest this much in defense, then it can be frailer. So yeah. So the idea here is Snorlax becomes very, very, very hard to take out in a physical metagame after a curse with a defense boost and recovery and recycle. Like it has the berry naturally and also has recycle. It becomes very difficult to kill. High Horsepower was chosen as the 4th move on this set because max ground raises your special defense. So if you want to, you can max ground and then start using max facade, or max replenish, I suppose I should say, G-max replenish to start healing your berry back. So even after 1 curse, this Pokemon becomes very dangerous. If you want to Gigantamax it, it's like after 2 curses, it's like borderline unkillable. You could run Body Slam if you wanted. You could also run, I believe it still gets Double Edge unless I'm mistaken. Yeah, so it's, according to Showdown, it still gets Double Edge. So for that reason, you could do that, but I think Facade is better here because you don't want to just lose if you play against a Will-O-Wisp Pokemon. And the main weakness of Facade, of course, is that if they don't burn you, then you're a lot weaker. So in the past, Return was like a good option on Snorlax because it was stronger, and because like after 1 curse, Facade is roughly still weaker than regular Return. So basically, like, you're really weakening your power, but Return's not in the game anymore. So I think Facade is actually pretty good as an alternative because Double Edge, you don't want to be taking recoil in my opinion. You could run Double Edge, like it would definitely give you a lot more power, but I think with Dynamax allowing you to, or I guess Gigantamax in this case, allowing you to immediately like change your Facade into a much more powerful attack, I think it's actually worth running Facade. The next that I came up with, and everyone keep in mind because I almost forgot about this, when you're running Snorlax, you want to make sure that if you have Belly Drum, you have an even HP stat. I originally had 252 HP, but I caught it, so that was good. So this set is intended to get a Belly Drum up and then just like destroy. This is a set intended for Trick Room, which is why my speed is minimized. Yeah, Belly Drum Belly Drum with Snorlax is very good because you have this built-in recovery, whereas most Belly Drum Pokemon are forced to use the Citrus Berry to heal only 25%. With Snorlax, you can use Gluttony and the Iapapa Berry to heal 33%, so that's very good. You could drop Protect if you wanted. I think in theory you could actually drop Recycle on this set as well, and just like hope that you get KOs and hope that, like, because if you're doubling your HP stat and you recover like a bunch of health, it's very, very, very good. And you could like probably, like, if you have Belly Drum up and if you have this on a Trick Room team, then you're most likely going to be in a good spot, kind of like anyway, is my opinion. So yeah, with that in mind, I think this set's pretty good, not gonna lie. You could drop Protect like for High Horsepower or for a coverage move. Obviously, you can't touch Ghost type Pokemon with this set, and Steel type Pokemon are also problematic. But I would personally try and like get around that via the partners, just by personal preference. So yeah, this set still runs Facade. I think on this set you could actually run Body Slam because if you're at +6, or if you could, I think that's the thing. Like, you don't really want to run Double Edge because you're already damaging yourself. So I had Facade over Body Slam here simply because I didn't want, you know, a Mega Kick. I didn't want to be paralyzing opponents under Trick Room. I thought that could be kind of bad, so that's why I ran Facade. So normal move is kind of up to you. It doesn't get Return anymore, so I think Facade's almost the best option. But yeah, this set's really good because you can Belly Drum, and then if you're lucky, you can G-Max Replenish, and then like take a KO and heal your berry. So you can kind of do Recycle and like Facade in the same turn. Last one I came up with, not sure how good this one would be. You could also run Recycle, you could also run Curse. The idea here is that you would just have very offensive Snorlax. And the goal is, like, you have Iapapa Berry to heal your health, but you also can, like, replenish your berry using G-Max Replenish. So you just like throw the Snorlax out there. You choose your coverage moves. These are the ones that I chose. You could choose other ones as well. I had Hammer Arm on here only because you could run Superpower as well, but just for max fighting, because if you give yourself an attack boost, that could be really scary. This is kind of like pseudo the Curse set without raising the defense. But yeah, Snorlax actually has a decent attack stat when you max it out, and you combine that with like max moves and coverage. It can actually be really strong. It gets like I mentioned, it gets so many good coverage moves. Like, I think there are very few Pokemon who can avoid super effective damage from Snorlax completely. So like maybe Sableye, but that's only got Fairy weakness, and Snorlax doesn't get a Fairy attack. So yeah. With that being said, I don't know how great this set is, but I think it's interesting because when most people see Snorlax, they think like, oh, this is a setup Pokemon. I just have to worry about the setup. So the ability to just start attacking right away and doing big damage, I think could be really good. So yeah, those are kind of the sets that I came up with. Obviously, I can't test this in game, I believe, because I don't think the VGC ladder is updated, which is annoying. Yeah, but other than that, once VGC comes out, once the ladder is out, then I think this is going to be, Snorlax is going to be the best Gigantamax Pokemon, and I expect it to be very, very common in the metagame. How people build around Snorlax is going to be interesting. In the past, Z Destiny Bond was used to redirect attacks away from Snorlax, but we can't do that anymore because Z moves aren't in the game. So But yeah, I expect Snorlax to win several tournaments this year, 100%. I would be shocked if Snorlax fails to win a tournament this year, to be completely honest. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you want me to cover the other Gigantamax Pokemon. Like, I might do one on Butterfree. I probably won't do the other. I mean, I guess I could do Charizard if I wanted, but or Sandaconda. That's another one that's legal right now. So, yeah, let me know if you want me to see if you want me to cover old Pokemon with their Gigantamax forms, just like I did in this video. But yeah, I think other than that, that's all I have to say. The reason I didn't cover like Assault Vest or Choice Band or some of the other sets, Leftovers or Rest Talk, is because this video is specifically about Gigantamax Snorlax, not regular Snorlax. And if you're running Gigantamax Snorlax, then you don't really want to run you don't want to run a non-berry item. So I stuck with the pinch berry. So now I'm really done. Thank you for watching. Let me know down below if you'd like to see more Gigantamax guides specifically. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.